Hey lovelies. Okay, so recently I was asked to do a coming out video. Coming out is never, ever, ever easy. It's never easy coming out to your friends because you fear losing them. It's never easy coming out to your family because, again, you fear losing them. Even with all the education that's out there with regards to homosexuality, transsexuality, and all those other things that are going on in life, people are still ignorant to the idea that you can be born this way. And so they reject it on the premise that you're choosing this lifestyle. And a lot of times trans youth and LGBT youth are ostracized from their homes. My coming out story is extreme. I've never heard of this happening to anyone else, and I truly can't believe that it happened to me. But I do have witnesses to this event, so yeah. When I was really, really young in Hamilton, Ontario, we used to hang out on Jackson Street. And Jackson Street was the only place for gay youth to go because back then we didn't have any straight alliances or anything like that. We just had this street to go to, this Tim Hortons to hang out at Jackson and John. And so we hung out there. And I started dressing up. I met this, beautiful transsexual named Barbara, and I started dressing up, and I befriended these two guys. Well, I guess they befriended me. And I thought, for the life of me, oh, these guys are really cool. They seem really nice, yada, yada, yada. And then I found out that they were discreetly taking photos of me. I didn't know why. I didn't find out that they were taking pictures of me until a little later on, but I did find out they were taking pictures of me. And lo and behold, these two guys, they were fucking hot, by the way. These two guys, the pictures that they took, they were students in a private investigating firm in Hamilton, Ontario. And their final exam was to find a mark, not let that mark know that they were private investigators, and get a whole bunch of information on them and use that in their final exam. Well, they took it one step further, and one day while I was at school, they went to my house with photos of me and showed them to my mother. When I got home that night, I walked in the door and my mom grabbed me by the hair and just started beating the fuck out of me. She was obviously upset. Her son was dressing in drag, and she didn't know how to deal with it. And my mom, it was what really hurt me was that my mom had gay friends. And so I thought that she would be a little more understanding of my being, well, at the time, gay, because there wasn't a word for trans back then. And if there was a word, I certainly didn't know it. And so, yeah, so she thought her only son was gay, and so she was visibly upset. She beat me so bad she broke a chair over my back. It was in the kitchen. We lived on Wellington Street. I remember it like it was yesterday. I continued to be me in private because I knew that openly being me, too openly being me, could get me into trouble. I remember one night walking down the street and my mother saw me dressed up and started screaming my name, telling me to get my ass home. Who the fuck did I think I was? What was I doing out in the middle of the street like that? I was being ashamed. I was shameful, blah, 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 all those things. But I am still one of the lucky ones. My mother never threw me out of the house. And while she was physically abusive because, I give my mom a lot of leeway in my adult life because her abuse was systematic. Her parents beat her and her parents beat her parents. And so with the limited education that she had, her only recourse was to repeat the cycle. And therefore she beat me and my sister on a regular basis. When my sister moved out, I became the one who got all of the beatings. It wasn't easy. But I was still being me because, I remember one day, my mom and I having a conversation. We had fun. We'd moved to Ray Street, which you'll see in the videos where I went back to give my mom a happy Mother's Day or happy birthday back. And I did the whole video for her. It was her birthday. You'll see the place that I lived in. We moved to Ray Street and, I was finally, starting to transition and, she still didn't get it. My boyfriend still had to call my boyfriend Rob had to call and ask me by my birth name. And that must have been really difficult. We were together for a long time. So, you know, it was actually him who finally got my mother to start calling me Sam. So I thank you for that, even though you're not around anymore because you're a cheating piece of shit. Such is life. Anyhow, so when I finally started transitioning full time, my mom started calling me Sam, but never called me Samantha. Later on in life, we got a lot closer, and the last year of her life, before she got sick, we actually were mending a lot of fences. We all know what happened when she got sick. I knew this when the nurse told us, but apparently my mother was constantly talking about her daughter, who was such a success, who lived in Toronto, and how proud of me she was. So yeah, so later on in life, my mom learned to accept me. But here's the reality. If you're going to come out to someone, use a buddy system. I know it sounds weird, but use a buddy system. Try to make sure you have a friend who's GLBT positive, whose parents are okay with your being GLBT positive, because if you come out to your parents, you very well could get kicked out of the house, and you need to make sure that you have a place to stay before you do it. It's always about getting your ducks in a row before you start doing anything else. You have to be very careful. Keeping in mind that having a friend there will help you if your family gets physically abusive to you, because they can be the ones to call 911, they can be the one to call for help, or maybe your parents won't do anything while someone else is in the room. Either way, having someone else there to hold your hand while you come out, please be very careful if you're going to make it your partner, because that can become an even more dangerous situation, because your parents or whomever you're coming out to could be angry at them, okay? So be safe. If you're coming out to a friend and your friend disowns you or doesn't want to have anything to do with you after you come out, here's the thing. And it's easy to say this and even easier to deal with when it happens, because it's happened to me on a regular basis when I've come out as trans. I have lost friends. But here's the thing. If you come out and they're not your friends anymore, then they were never your friends in the first place. Because a true and honest friend only ever wants to see you happy. That's a true friend. A friend that doesn't care, a friend that's just a fair weather friend, a friend that's going to leave you at the drop of a hat, is someone who's going to leave you the moment you come out as gay or bi or trans. Because they don't give a shit about you. You're just a pawn in their game. And they can get rid of you. You're expendable. Just remember that, okay? Losing a friend, especially a lifelong friend, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. Get yourself some Haagen-Dazs, get yourself some Cherry Garcia, get yourself some chips or salad or chicken, whatever you want to have. Get yourself something and get over it. If they were your real friend, they would have stuck around. It's that simple. I know it sounds so simple, but it really is that simple. You have to love yourself enough to be true to yourself, to live your most authentic life. And living your most authentic life means that sometimes you're going to have to come out to people. And in coming out, you're going to lose them. Fuck them. It's not worth it. Shed your tears, get your Kleenex, dry it up, and move forward. There are a number of places all around the world that can help GLBT youth. All you have to do is type in GLBT youth and your country of origin and your city, of course, and someone will hopefully be able to help you with your coming out. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy. It's stressful. You could lose a lot by coming out. It's the truth, sadly. But for your own sanity, sometimes you gotta do it, just so that you're not living a double life. Remember, I just came out with my adult career stuff, and now I'm sharing these videos with my adult career, so now they know my real name. And it was scary. It was very scary. I thought that I would lose a lot of friends over coming out like that. And yeah, and coming out as an adult porn star or an adult webcam girl is just as scary as coming out as gay or trans. I'm telling you, I was so nervous coming out on camera. But yeah, you gotta do you. Whatever is gonna make you happy, do you. That's it. Fuck everyone else. Fuck them. I'm saying the word fuck a lot in this video, aren't I? Fuck, fuck, fuck. But yeah, just do you, be happy. And if people don't like it or people don't get it, well, that's not your problem. That's their problem. Fuck them. Fuck them. Ugh. I have a lot of anger here, don't I? I'm so sorry. I truly and genuinely love you all so much. I hope that you're following me on Instagram and on Twitter to take a look at my Manicure Mondays and all of those other great things that I'm doing online on social media, etc. I genuinely love you all, and I thank you all so much. It means the world to me that you watch my videos. Please don't forget to submit your comment, share, subscribe videos to at SamanthaLozon.com and no, not at SamanthaLozon.com. SamanthaLozon at Yahoo.com is what I meant to say. I don't own SamanthaLozon.com anymore. I used to own SamanthaLozon.ca, and then I got rid of it. I guess I'll have to buy it again soon eventually. But yeah, so don't forget to do that. And yeah, as always, I love you. I hope that this video helps in some way. Like I said, coming out is not easy, but at the end of the day, you will feel a weight lifted off of you, hopefully. And like I said, always make sure you have a buddy with you to make sure that you're safe when you're coming out. And don't be mean. Don't be mean-spirited. Don't be argumentative. Just be you, state your case, and let it be. Try not to get angry because someone doesn't accept it. Try not to get verbally abusive because someone doesn't understand it. Just be you. Be happy. Be happy that you're finally able to say your truth and tell your truth, and know that there are millions of people around the world that stand beside you who are GLBTTIQQ themselves or who are GLBTTIQQ allies who are there right beside you while you're doing this. You are never alone, ever. As always, I love you. And please never, ever, ever forget to comment, share, and subscribe. I will catch you all on the flip side, folks.